Hello everybody. Today we are going to discuss 7 critical tips for home buyers to consider in this market. In a challenging market, it's essential that you make an informed decision to avoid regrets when purchasing a home. Here are valuable insights from surveyed home buyers compiled into 7 tips to help better set your expectations. Number 1, don't put off house hunting until the last minute. You don't want to feel rushed when that house comes on the market to make a decision. You also don't want to have to feel rushed due to a deadline or FOMO, fear of missing out. Put yourself in a position to where you're basically rushing your offer and the negotiations involved. Number 2, location matters most. You need to consider factors like proximity to work, school, amenities. Also, don't underestimate potential future home buyers when it's time to sell the property. Also, you have to think about future growth potential as well. Number 3, budget wisely. I say this with emphasis, right? Establish a realistic budget early on in the process. Consider all your costs. Of course, your mortgage professional is going to help you consider the total payment, which should include taxes and insurance, and also if you have a homeowners association dues. But you also want to think of other things like maintenance costs. What are those going to cost you annually or monthly? Things that aren't necessarily part of the mortgage expense. But I want to definitely stress the significance of staying within your financial budget or range or comfort zone. It's very, very important so you don't find yourself in a situation later where maybe you stretch yourself too thin, or in some cases, some people underestimated their budget and maybe under-purchased too, which is actually a thing, believe it or not. Number 4, embrace home inspections. So I get this question a lot, and it's because home inspections actually, believe it or not, are not required. So you don't have to get a home inspection, but it is highly, highly recommended. I would not buy a house without it. Even new construction, no matter what, I would get a home inspection. So I emphasize the importance of getting a home inspection. So don't ever skip this part of the process, please. It's worth the extra $400, $500 to do it. I can assure you, the home inspection can reveal hidden issues and major potential costs down the road. Major heartache as well. Also can help you avoid costly surprises that could come up later. And your real estate professional generally is going to have some relationships with some trusted home inspectors that they can refer you to. But I would absolutely take advantage of the home inspection. Do not skip over that step, please. Some people want to sometimes jump over that to save a couple bucks, but I can assure you that that is one of the major expenses that I would absolutely not skip over, and it is very, very important that you take advantage of that. Number 5, think resale value. Your mortgage or real estate professional is going to be able to discuss the long-term resale value of this property, just based on all the things, the location, the area, the size. This is going to be a huge aspect, especially in a growing area like Central Kentucky, where you've got a lot of growth potential coming down the pipeline over the next 10 years. But ultimately, you want to look for homes with timeless features and neighborhoods with a strong history of appreciation. Those things will be key. Number 6, beware of overbidding, but don't necessarily mark it out if you have to bid over asking price or get in a bidding war. Because in some situations with some houses, it may make sense to bid over asking price if there's a lot of potential for this house, a lot of growth potential. You don't want to let emotions get in the way of logic. If you can purchase a house for a little bit over asking and you're going to keep that house for the next 5 or more years, and you can grow 20% or more in appreciation over that time period, it may make sense, for you to make that move. I just would avoid getting into, in a certain competitive environment, which I'm afraid we're going to be into real soon here once we enter back into the spring market of 2024. I think that it's going to put us in a situation where when rates start to come down, we're going to see a lot of bidding wars come back into play. So we've been trying to warn our clients that this is going to happen. So just beware, but also you got to make sure that, don't let emotion, just because you don't want to pay a certain amount. You have to look at logic. If this house has a lot of growth potential in terms of appreciation, you don't want to, step over dollars to pick up pennies. But there's nothing worse than buyer's remorse. So you don't want to look back and think that you overpaid for a house. I realize that's what keeps a lot of people on the fence of home buying in the first place, is this idea of uncertainty. They don't ever want to pay or pay too much on a house. But you have to look at a house as a long-term investment. And for the most part, over the long haul, homes have always been a good return on investment, even though ultimately it should be a place that you're living first and foremost, if it's for your home, for your family. But that return on investment is, so even if you bid over ask, chances are over time, it's going to end up in a profit situation for you with a return on investment. Number 7, seller credits. In situations where you may feel that you have the edge as a buyer and you can negotiate with the seller a little bit, or there's some room, maybe instead of negotiating the price down, or in combination of negotiating the price down, you'll be able to negotiate the seller to pay credits towards your closing costs, otherwise known as seller concessions. Also, maybe to pay credits in addition to your standard closing costs to actually buy your interest rate down for a lower rate, lower payment, temporary buy downs for also to reduce your monthly payment, but ultimately to offset your cost at the end of the day. This is definitely going to be something you're going to want to look at, but ultimately your real estate professional, your real estate agent, your realtor is going to be able to help you negotiate these things in the end. But thanks a lot. That wraps up everything that we've got today. So thanks for watching. This is Ryan Wheeler with United Residential Mortgage. If I can help you in any way, please reach out. If you'd like me to run some numbers for you or do a free consultation, please check out in the description and schedule a call with me, or you can go to schedulewithryan.com. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.